more Phoenix Wright. Finishing up episode 3 for sure. We've got to be close. We got to be close to getting the guy. It was momentarily reduced to ashes by the reveal of Puh'ray Zeh'lot's actual name. Well done, Odd Garrett. It shouldn't be hard because I never actually start the timer at 6 o'clock on the dot, so I always give you a little extra time. So the thing that we had figured out we were going to do is we are going to channel someone who we can't. Right, we want the High Priest's testimony, the guy who was killed first, and they are apparently, we think, the person who killed Puh'ray Zeh'lot, and Maya is going to channel him. Actually, there is someone here who is capable of channeling spirits. But even Her Benevolence, Princess Refa, finds the divination seance to be a challenge. Who could possibly have greater spiritual power than she, aside from the Queen? That would be me. Is this some sort of a joke? A foreigner could not possibly have such power. Even her royal priestess is incapable of such a feat.
Peace, peace, I say. Is this true? Is the accused capable of performing the secret art of spirit channeling?
Well, yes. Yes, I can. And actually, it ain't even no thing. She's done it dozens of times. Now, Your Majesty, we'd like your permission to begin. Refa ain't having it. Your Benevolence. This is an outrage. An outrage, I say. First, you make a mockery of the divination seance, and now, spirit channeling? Rabble, rabble, rabble. Her Benevolence speaks the truth through sacred right. Foreign devils, put to death immediately. We're the bad guys. Still your voices. Barbed head. Spirit channeling is a most sacred and secret of arts. Are you prepared to face the consequences of what you propose? Yes, I am. I don't know what they are, though.
Your Benevolence, are you saying you approve of their use of spirit channeling?
I will judge whether their claim is true. If this is but another of their lies, they shall be executed on the spot. Very well.
Your Benevolence.
Wouldn't be a Thursday stream without Serp asking, what am I doing streaming on Thursday? Without pointing out that I'm a dirty stream skipper. Good day to you. I did at least just wake up. that has not changed. Me waking up just as it's time to start the stream.
What if the accused accidentally calls forth an evil spirit?
Do you truly believe this foreigner is capable of channeling spirits?
Oh, no, but I wanted to be sure, as I am responsible for the safety of all present.
Well, an inexperienced practitioner could inadvertently call forth a dangerous spirit, but do not fear. For I have a Magatama of Parting. Okay. With it, I can send spirits back to the Twilight Realm by halting the flow of spiritual power.
That is a relief indeed.
These foreigners have thrown down the gauntlet. Let us not shirk from their challenge. We must prove them guilty and deliver their last rites. Do I make myself clear, Prosecutor Sadmati? Perfectly, Your Benevolence.
Very well. The accused may channel the High Priest's spirit. But first, we must take a short recess to prepare. We will resume as soon as the preparations are complete. Until then, this court is adjourned.
Pam. Oh, well, okay then. I could have just said no to saving the game, I guess. We're only... Ever! Good to see you. So Maya is about to, in violation of all of their traditions, she has revealed that she, a foreigner, has the ability to do spirit channeling, and she's going to do it. Don't lose all that progress. Sorry, Maya, but this was the only way. You sure you're up for this? Thanks for believing in me, Nick. Even though I don't know if my channeling ability is on point yet. Oh, right. Before she started training here, her success rate was only about 30%. I know you can do it, Maya. At least I hope she can. So you're sure you're ready? She just said she was... No, I guess she is ready. Yeah, at least I think so. You don't sound so confident. What about all your training? Training's one thing. Actually doing it is another. Yeah, everybody in this whole country has the ability to do that. To say, you'll be executed. It's like, oh, well, they said it. If it's not on point, yeah, I don't... What constitute... Well, I guess in other games, she's failed in the sense that she, like, tries to channel someone and it just doesn't work. Yeah, we haven't seen any partial channelings. If she fails to channel the High Priest, we're as good as dead. Relax, Nick. You can count on me. I'll show you what my training's done for me. This will be a moment you'll never forget. Okay. I just hope it's unforgettable in a good way. Once we hear about Abbot Inmi's story, I'm sure the truth will come to light. I hope so, but he was hiding the fact that he was a rebel, so I doubt it'll be as cut and dried as all that. They're ready for you. Please, return to the Hall of Justice at once. Okay, Maya. Counting on you. You got it. Here we go. Oh, when you channel someone in this game, your body physically turns into theirs. So it would be a little hard to miss. We have received official approval for the accused to channel a spirit here today. Now, if you will, Miss Fay, please proceed. Yes, Your Majesty. I can't believe this. Only the Queen should channel spirits. Execute them. Put them to death right now. Dies a death. Sentenced to death. I have been studying here in Puh'ray for 2 years now, so that one day I will be the master of Puh'ray, a village of spirit mediums back home. But first, I shall show you all the fruits of my training in your kingdom. Wow, she seems really confident. A neophyte practitioner such as you could not possibly channel a spirit. Okay, Your Benevolence. How about this? If I succeed, will you stop calling me a neophyte? Very well, if you succeed. Oh, I will. Just you watch. Hey, Sething. Just die and then channel yourself. Oh, spirit of trust. Oh, no, she's talking fast.
do it if you're watching. If you just turn around.
Hey, blind.
All right. You can't do it if you're leering at me. It's creepy.
You're here just in time to see this. What is this place? Oh my! No! This cannot be! Pokunka! It's the High Priest! The accused really can channel spirits. I don't believe it. The accused's spiritual power is the real deal. Go, Maya. I do not understand. This cannot be. This simply cannot be. I must step out now before I forget myself.
Abbot in me.
Would this be the Twilight Realm? And what of this luxurious mane of hair? Is it perhaps a gift from the Holy Mother for decades of faithful service?
Abbot in me?
My, but if it isn't His Majesty, have you too shuffled off that mortal coil?
Please, do not count me among the dead. It is only you who has passed on. But the spirit medium Maya Fey has brought you back among us today.
Why? Acolyte Fey has mastered the secret art of spirit channeling? I suppose that explains these gorgeous locks.
When I pass from this world, I too hope to be channeled with a full head of hair.
Though it be for the briefest of moments. I give thanks for this splendid coiffure. Praise be to the Holy Mother. However, this kimono is a bit too snug for my tastes. If you would excuse me.
Alright, now I'm disturbed.
Have some consideration for what's going to happen when you turn back, please. There, that is better. Could we get to his testimony now? And I wish he'd kept his top on. Why, you are that foreign lawyer the people speak of as speak of as of late. And is this not the Hall of Justice? Why have I been summoned here?
Forgive us for calling you back from your eternal rest, but you have been accused of murder. Might we ask you to testify on your own behalf?
Alright. That's more than enough. Really. Can we bring the spider back? Can we just have the spider dangle on the screen instead? I can avert my eyes from that. I have been accused of murder. That is troubling indeed. Ah! What's with that crazy pose? Is this really cause for such astonishment? Even the lowliest of monks can achieve such body control with the proper training. Oh. I wonder if Albie will be able to do that someday. Why are you thinking about that? Don't do that, Phoenix.
Will the defense please explain the situation to the High Priest?
You're late. You're the second person to say that, Volton Phase. My shame has already, my nose has already been rubbed in at once. I'd be happy to. Your disciple, Puh'ray Zeh'lot, has been murdered. It happened on the day before the purification rite. And the crime occurred in the rebel hideout, hidden within the inner sanctum. Acolyte Zeh'lot, he's been killed? Who would do such a thing? Someone who knew of the hideout and had access to the inner sanctum. In other words, you, Abbot and me. After all, weren't you secretly a rebel? Oh dear. It's still Maya's body. I hope he doesn't break anything. Wow, the High Priest is amazing. To think he had mastered such an advanced prayer pose. He's still worthy of our veneration, even if he is a rebel, confusingly. Praise be to the Holy Mother. Oh my. Have my rebel alliances been exposed? Not even my wife knew of that. It seems to rest in peace is not my fate. Why did you, a devout priest of Qur'anism, join the rebellion?
Objection.
The High Priest has come back to us for but a brief time defense. Shall we not cut to the chase and ask the most pressing of questions? Oh, right. Abbot Inmi, the prosecution believes the one who slew both you and Acolyte Zeh'lot to be Maya Fey, who had been playing the role of Lady Kira in the Wright. Being that I was dead until just a moment ago, my memory is a bit hazy. That's okay, it's a Phoenix Wright game. You can testify and then change it. Would you please do your best to remember? The High Priest says his memory is hazy. It is all coming back to me. It is as Prosecutor Sadmadi concluded. I was slain by none other than Maya Fey. The High Priest's statement has proven my assertions with regard to his murder correct. No! But what about Acolyte Zeh'lot? You were the one who killed him, weren't you? I know naught about my disciple's murder. Furthermore, I have an alibi of my own. An alibi? Seriously?
It seems the testimony the defense had been hoping for is working against him. Now, Albert Inby, your testimony, if you please.
Yes, of course. That's a good point. Yeah, we haven't said, no, we said what day he was killed. I have an ironclad alibi for the time during which the murder took place. Just past noon on the day before the Wright, I was entertaining guests at my home. Oh, I guess he at least knows the last time he saw. He knows the last time that he saw Puh'ray Zeh'lot, and he can say, I have an alibi for the whole rest of that day after I last saw him, I guess. That would work. And I believe my guests can corroborate this. You had guests? Just past noon. Well, that's right. That's right about the time Zeh'lot was murdered. Are you sure about that? Absolutely. Come to think of it, Rafe had told me about a spirit's memory. A spirit's memory is cut off at the moment of death. So even a spirit that is brought back after centuries doesn't sense any gap in time between the moment of its death and the moment it is channeled? Yes, and yet it clearly recalls all of the memories it had in life. The High Priest seems to know exactly what he's talking about. So the question is, what would be the best angle of attack? It's only 3 lines long. I have an ironclad alibi. Just past noon of the day when I was entertaining guests in my home. My guests can corroborate this.
Hold it!
You used the word alibi as if it were second nature. Are you perhaps mocking me? Or is it perhaps the kingdom of Qur'an itself you wish to ridicule? Come on, everyone in the grandma I know. Sweet Al. We're not a country...
Peace, 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 I say.
Is alibi An uncommon word in Japanese? I don't know.
Mr. Wright, would you care to clarify your last statement?
Please, don't take it the wrong way. It's just, alibi is a rather technical term for a priest to use so naturally, I guess.
I assure you, I know how to use the term.
In fact, I had even hoped for a chance to do so one day. It was my life's dream to say the word alibi. I suppose that even I, a high priest, am not immune to such trivial worldly attachments. Oh, I see. Still, he seems unusually calm and composed. It's almost as if he had prepped himself for something like this. Curious? Oh, also I only have 1 hit point. That's bad.
Hold it!
Guests? And you were entertaining them personally? That I was. We gathered around the table for a most enjoyable conversation. He said his guests could corroborate his alibi. It can't be good for our case. Are you sure that was the same day as the murder? Maybe you've misremembered. Gah! Okay. Do not doubt my mnemonic faculties. I may have died, but my memories up to that point are crystal clear. Yeah, we can get Moenix. Moenix fight. Sorry. He's pretty thin-skinned for a priest. Though I guess I should have known better than to doubt his memory. Are we seriously flashing back to that again? Did they forget that he just flashed back to that before the testimony started? Ah, there's nothing better than enjoying gingle cuisine with dear friends. That way, everyone's breath becomes equally malodorous. Right. And I believe my guests can corroborate this. And who exactly were your guests that day? Don't tell me they were rebels, so they can't be called here to testify. It was none other than His Majesty, along with his family. He couldn't attend the rite due to work, so he stopped by ahead of time. My, how his daughter has grown. Wait a second.
Let me set the record straight right now. I am not a rebel. Thank you for that wonderful meal, Abbot in me.
So, well, I don't even know if I want to explain what's going on here. That's Maya up on the stand.
Thank you for that wonderful meal, Abbot in me. Lady Inme's cooking simply cannot be beat.
So there you have it. When exactly was His Majesty at your home? He was there from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Indeed, precisely the time period within which Acolyte Zeh'lot was slain.
Yes, and we had a rousing chat concerning the game of Catch You Them All.
Why the leg twisting? To be a character. To be a weirdo. I'll just have that added to the testimony. After all, it was I who visited the High Priest's home. Yes, the judge can just add lines to someone else's testimony. My guests that day were His Majesty and his family. Okay, so we have this picture. There isn't a clock in the picture or anything, but I guess we're going to say, like, hey, no, you were having dinner with them. What, did you eat 2 dinners? I don't have anything else, do I?
Objection!
Oh no. I was incorrect. Doing yoga, man. Doing yoga 'cause the yoga can. Alright. Okay, so I died, but okay. Now Maya's gonna channel me so that I can keep going with the court. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Dead Sentence Capability Act. Okay. Okay. Guilty. So that's confusing. What is it if not that picture?
Hold it!
So I have to press on this again. Can I fast? I can fast forward now. Bop, 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 bop.
Hold it!
So let's press on this instead. Your Majesty, are you sure this testimony is completely accurate? whenever it's the right thing that you're supposed to present evidence on, when you press, he always just says, "Are you sure?" There's never any additional information. Well, not never, but there usually isn't any additional information in there because it has to be in such a state that you could just that the contradiction is already there. Yeah, no hints or ideas. But if you do want to say something to the rest of the chat, you can always type !hide at the start of your chat, and I won't see it. Everyone else will. As sure can be. Also, did I started the bot, right? The bot's there. The bot is there. Oh, how wonderful it is to finally have actions be admissible as evidence in court. His Majesty was at my home during the exact time period of the murder. Come, let us put this behind us. I could not have possibly committed this crime. How can you be so sure? What if the clock or watch you were using was off, or you misread the time? There was a clock right near the table, and it had the exact same time as my watch. Now do you understand, lawyer? How am I going to attack his alibi? Maya, what are you... Oh, right. She's kind of busy right now. What? Is there something on my face? No, not at all. Just have to start chipping away at that statement about his alibi. There is something on his face. It's the tattoo. That's when he died. So he could have been killed before that? That, I guess, is what we're going to present.
Objection!
No! It says 12-3. He could have been killed before that. Mrah. Bruh. Wait, if I hit consult, who am I gonna consult? Maya's not here. Alright, let's just look through all the evidence. I can point my finger as much as I want. I choose to point my finger infinitely forever. The perfect crime. Sansa's ultimate attack. I don't see how this contradicts it, but I think I'm just going to submit this. Because I have absolutely nothing else. Nothing else in all the world.
Objection!
That wasn't it. Sorry, that scream just sort of slipped out. Boah. Press on this again. Oh, this is just him saying, oh, alibi, alibi, alibi. The pedestrian? Think about it. I have to update my, like, games that I'm playing soon thing in the stream description, because I've got a bunch now. I think there's only 2 or 3 things listed there, and I do have a bunch of things. But if there's something else, that's also good, I'll take a look at it.
Hold it!
Get the flashback again. Wait. The correct answer was to go back and push on that, or go back and press on that, just that one again? Or was it, I guess, after the new testimony is added, you then have to press... Because there are some times where they go, there's nothing you have to do, you just have to press on everything. But that doesn't usually happen after a new piece of testimony is added. That's weird, but okay. As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Or do you still think I could have killed Acolyte Zeh'lot? Arg! His Majesty is a witness? That almost seems like a bug. Should that not have... Maybe it's because... You know what? It's because I reloaded, I think. That I didn't press them again after reloading. Ah, what a weird edge case. Are you satisfied now? There is not a single discrepancy in Abbot Inmi's alibi. If I give up now, it's all over. Now hold on a second. Is there anything wrong with the High Priest's testimony? There is. There is a discrepancy in the High Priest's testimony. There is? Well then, perhaps you could explain what it might be. That's what I've been trying to do. Yeah, there you go. He knew the time of the crime. After Adbet in me was channeled, no one ever stated what time Acolyte Zeh'lot was murdered. Now that you mention it, despite that, you claim to have an alibi from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. That means you knew Acolyte Zeh'lot was dead when you were still alive. Wait, I think I saw something just now. No, I must be imagining things. So tell me, how did you know what time the crime had been committed? About that. Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in. Oh, why, we've been blessed with the High Priest's sacred words of prayer. All who serve her holiness must strive to banish worldly desires from their soul. Open your heart, let the Holy Mother in. Purge your mind of greed and bias. I feel as if my very soul has been cleansed. You can't fool me. Prayer may banish worldly desires, but it can't make a contradiction disappear. Yeah, presenting, you would have thought, but they have their ways. They have their ways. When they're like, we want you to press on everything. It means no matter what you do, even if it's too bad, because that I normally don't mind when they go, look, you just had to press on everything. But in this case, I had two things that I was really like, this seems like it's a contradiction. Like, I can say either here you are having dinner with someone else, or here's the autopsy that says he didn't necessarily die during 2 to 3. Also, the autopsy is a complete fabrication. But, you know. How can you be so sure? What's that supposed to mean? This lawyer seems to think little of the power of Puh'rayist prayer. Huh? Abbot Inmi was at home during the crime, but knew of what happened at the hideout. I believe this can be explained thusly. He must have had a way to monitor the hideout from his home. What? You never cease to amaze, prosecutor. As he has surmised, there was a listening device installed at the hideout. It enabled me to instantly learn of anything unusual, even when I was not there. Remember, the rebels had been using this as a top-secret hideout. It would be perfectly natural for them to install such an apparatus, and for him to have reception to it in his home from miles away. Wait, come to think of it, when I was searching the rebel hideout... There's something under the banner. A microphone? Oh, wow. Actually, yeah. That is correct. What's this doing here? Was someone trying to record something with it? Prayer can't make a contradiction disappear, but how about a bomb in the courtroom? Bet you've never seen that before. No, I've seen that before. It's pretty normal. That was a listening device? It starts recording whenever it detects movement. And I heard just such a recording after His Majesty and the family left. If you look in the desk in my study, you will find the tape in question. All right then, bailiff. Yes, Your Majesty. Go retrieve the tape in question from the High Priest's home. At once, Your Majesty. So this is curious. Is this going to be some kind of shenanigans where he remotely killed him? Like he was there having dinner, and he did something that caused don't... a little too silly. It's probably the case. The power of Qurainist prayer. Even a putrid brain such as yours should understand it by now. It's like the contradiction really did vanish. We shall ascertain the content of the recording once we have the tape. In the meantime, I would ask Abbot Inmee to continue with his testimony. You absolutely want 24 recordings of that a day. Very well. I was entertaining His Majesty and his family when the crime occurred. When I listened to the tape later, I heard a man and a woman quarreling. It sounded like an altercation between Acolyte Zeh'lot and Acolyte Faye. After that, there was a loud noise, followed by haunting silence. So he knows the truth. He may or may not be the real murderer, but either way, after he found out, after we were like, look, this is what's going on, he was like, oh, yes, it was Maya Faye who did it. So something's going on. Right? Alexa is just recording your everything. I have to find some way to attack his alibi. If only Maya were here. She has a way of putting me at ease. But seeing her like this is only creeping me out. Though the high priest was a rebel, he was still a Qurainist holy man. Therefore, take care in your questioning, lest you invoke the ire of our people. How dare he suspect the high priest? May the Holy Mother strike him blind. Blind means unable to see. As if this wasn't hard enough already. Nice try, but I'll stop at nothing to find the truth. A supernatural hair flip reflex for someone who didn't have hair for, years, presumably. Maybe he used to when he was a young man, and his body has not forgotten how to flip his hair. I'll listen to the tape later. After that, there was a loud noise. Okay, tell me about the noise. A loud noise? I'd say that's worth looking into. Oh, it was a terrible crashing noise. Poor Acolyte Zeh'lot. It must have felt so heavy. It must have been the sound of that stone slab falling over. Yes, have him at it. We also didn't tell you how he died. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. Exactly, he had hair when he was young. And then shaved it when he went to monk college. I would describe the noise as a terrible crash. It must have felt so heavy. Wait a second! There shouldn't have been any haunting silence. The clock was jamming. But I don't know if that's... Oh, see, I've already started to lose faith in the game. What if this is just an oversight on their part? Like, this has got to be it. Whenever you add more stuff to the testimony, that's always the right answer. You believe that terrible crash is connected to Acolyte Zeh'lot's death? Yes, the sound, no doubt, was poor Zeh'lot's death knell. Such a tragedy, for he was a fine disciple. I would ask all here today to give a prayer for his departed soul. Zoshire mata me yoma. Zoshire mata me yoma. Okay. I had high hopes for that young man's future. Zoshire mata me yoma. Why do I feel like such a jerk for just trying to do my job right now? So all he knows about the crime... You're banned forever. No one is allowed to say that. So all he knows about the crime is what he heard on the tape, and he was with his magistry and his family at the time. Now that I have proven the soundness of my alibi, I believe it is about time for me to return to the Twilight Realm. What's the rush? Why not enjoy some more time amongst the living? Better find a way to attack his alibi soon. I'll just have to press harder and hope something useful comes out. Let me press on everything just so I don't get caught in that trap again. The traditional monk death cry, unhinging your jaw and unleashing the unmistakable slam of stone encountering stone. You were entertaining his magistry and his family during the crime. Indeed, my wife Belib was treating them to her wonderful home cooking. Your wife was there that day? Well, yes, she was in the kitchen, cooking up a storm the entire time. Come to think of it, I don't think I saw her at all that day. She takes her... okay. The wife did do it, of course. He's covering for the wife. That's why he's pinning it on Maya. She takes her culinary duties most seriously, you see. That is why she was in the kitchen cooking, without pause, the entire day. So the judge never saw Mrs. Inme? Should I have him add that statement to his testimony? Yeah. Yeah, you should. As you wish. You don't cook a storm. Storms brew. A storm's brewing.
Hold it!
What was your wife making that day? The menu that day featured... Hotten supais? Why do I even want... I don't even want to figure it out. I'll be mad again, that's all. And melt in your mouth? Okay. Hot and... was that supposed to be spicy? Supaise? Alright, fine. They're both traditional Chinese dishes. Can't even begin to imagine what those are. Ah, yes. The exquisite zest of hot and spicy, and the supreme texture of melt in mouth. Lady Inme's cooking that day was utterly unforgettable. And she continued cooking it until after we had finished eating and left. Thank you. It brings me great joy to know you enjoyed your meal. Now, once his magistry and his family had left...
Hold it!
You heard everything from a recording? Indeed. Each night I would secretly check what the listening device had recorded. I would have been in serious trouble with my lovely wife had she discovered my secret. Can you really tell what happened by the audio alone? Long years of ascetic training have sharpened my hearing. It is but a simple matter for me to ascertain a situation by the sounds I hear. Practicing Quranism improves your hearing? Hearing is but one of the senses it can improve. If one can focus and attain inner peace, all 5 senses can be sharpened. And sense of leg. Why, the warbot over in the bazaar just cried. Did you not hear it? Give me a break. Mr. Wright, do you still feel the need to question the High Priest? His alibi is as tight can be. This isn't going so well. Better ask him about something else. So the twice in a row, the correct thing to do was to just press on everything. Weird. I'm curious, Abbot Inme. Did you stop by the rebel hideout after his magistry left? Yes, I thought it would be wise to assess the situation. But as I said before, there was nothing to see. The hideout appeared as it always had. And the victim's body? It was nowhere to be found. Acolyte Faye must have already disposed of it, and anything else incriminating. So when you saw the rebel hideout, it looked like it does... it looked like it does in this photo? Yes, I would say that is how it appeared that day. So the stone slab had been put back in place. Mr. Wright, is it not time to concede defeat? No, wait, I just need a little more time. If you insist. Okay, so we had to do that in order to get the thing updated? And now we're going to use that? We're going to present it somewhere? Cooking the whole time. I have to imagine we're going to present it here, right?
Hold it!
Red herring, it's the attorney's badge. I doubt there's much more testimony I could wring out of him by pressing, and I can tell the judge is growing impatient. There have been some changes in both the testimony and the evidence. That means there could very well be an inconsistency somewhere. I've got to find it before he returns to the Twilight Realm. So this is the thing that was updated. I guess we're gonna try... Hey, didn't you notice the blood? Well, actually, we don't. I don't have any way of pointing that out. This is the one that I feel like has an actual contradiction. The fact that there should have been a noise from the clock going off. We don't have anything that... I mean, we could also... Did he say she was cooking, like... Okay, just while His Majesty was there. Not she was in the kitchen the entire day or anything like that. Altercation between... I'm just gonna present this and see what happens.
Objection!
Okay, this was correct. I don't 100% get it. I don't think he said the entire day. I don't think. I thought he had said she was cooking the whole time that the judge was there. So from 2 to 3. We'll see though. We'll see. Amidemi, you said, and I quote, "Poor Zeh'lot, it must have felt so heavy." Why do you think he felt something heavy? You said the hideout looked like it did in this photo. If so, there's nothing that would lead you to believe he had experienced a heavy feeling. Okay, I'm not sure I understand how this picture disproves that, but okay. The fact is, of course, a stone slab did fall over onto Acolyte Zeh'lot, impaling him on the Warbot statue behind him. But that was only revealed through her benevolence's divination seance earlier. Would the defense please get to the point? My point is, simply hearing a crashing sound shouldn't have automatically led him to conclude the victim was crushed to death. I still don't see your point. I'm saying that the High Priest knew. He knew how the victim was really killed. Why? And that is information only the real killer could have known. I definitely saw it that time. I've got the High Priest's spirit shaking in his boots. Or should I say sandals? I've got the High Priest shaking in Maya's sandals. Need I remind you, Abbot Inmi was with his magistry at the time of the crime. Such an alibi precludes him being the killer. That's true, so he can't be the killer. However, he knew how Zeh'lot was killed, something only the killer could know. Can this discrepancy be resolved somehow? Well, Mr. Wright, we're waiting for an explanation. I was just getting to that. Time to think of something quick. High Priest knew something only the killer could have known because he heard it from the real culprit, his wife. He must have heard how the victim died from the real killer. The real killer. Of course. That makes perfect sense. I don't want to believe it, but this is the only possible explanation. So tell us, who is this real killer? It's got to be someone... Oh, knock it off, you. Knock it off, you. I obviously know. Don't go giving me hints.